Two things. Unlike most of my videos, this is just going to be images flashing on screen with no explanation because there are so many ships that I'll be discussing that just don't have drawn images or that just don't interact that often that I'm just going to use thumbnail pictures to save time and hassle. Second, like most people, I am starting school soon. This means uploads will slow down, probably by a decent chunk, considering I, started doing this expecting to get like 30, 40 views tops. But I don't just want to drop it because I genuinely like doing this. But yeah, on with the video then, shall we? I'm gonna start with the decent ships. Our first decent ship is Pearl and Speed. I actually think this is a good one and could have been a better second option if Evie had taken the comic in another direction instead of Lazuli and Sylvia. And for fair reasons, it's got a lot going for it, to be honest. Speed and Pearl share a lot of really good chemistry, and in fact, Pearls, I'm gonna leave it in the video actually. Pearl sees Speed as her best friend, even if the two aren't that way. So, on a ranking, I'd probably give it like a 6 or 7 out of 10. Speaking of which, maybe I could like do a ranking of ships at some point as like a video over the school year. Yeah, maybe. The second ship I want to talk about is Crystal and Trace. While Crystal doesn't have any sort of partner slash love interest the entire series, we do see her a couple times talking about Trace, and in fact, it is confirmed in the after story that Crystal and Trace did eventually get together. So not only does the ship have a good amount of chemistry, it is actually confirmed to be true, so that's why it's here. And that's actually it for decent ships. I only wrote down like 2, so I'm going to move on to mid. Ships that really don't make sense or just aren't 100% there, but like, I guess it could be worse. Leaf and Speed. So, this ship is obviously shot down and has been shot down since like 2016, 2017, but honestly, I could definitely see this one, but there really isn't too much going for it. But, I mean, it's here in mid for a reason. And honestly, that's that. It's I guess. Alright. This one is really out there, but I swear to God I've seen people yapping about it. Lazuli and Black. Yes. I really don't understand this one because the two of them interact like twice in the entire comic, but it's not Horrid worthy because I'm saving that tier for just some really out there ships. Next mid one, again, is really fucking out there. Pearl and Flare. Pearl and Flare don't really make much sense at all because they don't really interact, but I guess that's not really saying much because Flare doesn't interact with like anyone besides Leaf. But you get my point, right? As much as there really isn't much between the two, I guess I could see it if it went that way, I suppose. Now, another one is about Crystal and everyone else in the group. Black dislikes her. Flare and Speed are blood relatives, obviously. And, that's the end of it. Finally, in the midsection, for what I've written down at least, is Sylvia and Flare. Honestly, Flare and anyone but Leaf just doesn't make a whole lot of sense because Flare literally talks to just Leaf. I swear it doesn't relate to my bias towards the Flare and Leaf ship, but like Sylvia and Flare, I guess doesn't really make too much sense. You get my point. Blah 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 blah. Moving on to the Horrid bunch. Now this is the part that makes me the slightest bit uncomfortable for very good reasons. That's why it's going to be by far the shortest because I've only put one thing in there. I guess just be somewhat prepared for not fun stuff. Okay, I have seen it, and it's going to sound horrid. That's why it's here. But any of the 3 siblings of Crystal, Flare, and Speed, first of all, fucking ew. Second of all, fucking ew. Second one, well, actually, you get the point. There's some disgusting shit out there, and people ship that for some reason. And I'm not going to disgust you with it for anymore. And horrid, this it makes me uncomfortable, and I'm sure just thinking about the fact that people ship like relatives is not very fun. And I don't like getting into the bad stuff, to be honest. That and well, this video is getting a little long as it is. Not really. I wrote that in my script thinking this video would take longer to read. Moving on. But yeah, with all of that said and done, and yes, that includes Horrid. Have yourself a good day, evening or night, wherever you may find yourself in the world. Peace out.